All right. Assalamu alaikum, Bibi. How are you today?
Walaikum salam. I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're so excited. This has been a long time coming, so I'm super excited to be chatting with you today. And just a small backstory, I have known you 20 plus years. Can you believe that?
That's crazy. Does that mean that we're
It
older
is.
than 20?
It might mean that. I mean, people can come to their own conclusions, but it might mean something like that. So yes, I don't know, you're not a Houstonian. Do you feel like you're a Houstonian at this point?
I'm a
You're a
little
Houstonian.
sad. I'm Houstonian. I don't want to claim it like that, but I've been here
Right.
longer than Philadelphia, so it's kind
Yes.
of like I've adapted to it, and I love it here too.
Yes.
So it's like,
Alhamdulillah.
yeah, I love it here. So I'm a Houstonian.
I'll say she's a fellow Houstonian. So I have known her for 20 plus years. MashaAllah. She is a sister of many hats. I have seen her through many phases and businesses and all of that. And so I am going to allow you, Bibi, to tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, so like you said, my name is Bibi Watts, and I believe we're here to talk about, my online business. And so, like you said, I'm a woman of many hats. I'm a serial entrepreneur, I'm a community organizer and builder, and we're here to talk about me being the digital growth bestie. Basically, what I do is I help women-owned businesses grow their following and make money through the heart of storytelling and digital marketing. And so,
Alhamdulillah,
yeah.
yes, and I've been loving your content. I've actually been on your platform before to talk about like my design business and things like that. So I think this is a really cool moment that we can come together now. So you are the digital growth bestie. I absolutely love that tagline because I feel like it's fitting. If I have to say, who can I go to help you with this content? I'm like, oh yeah, let me go to the digital growth bestie. So here we are. So my first question is, you say that your mission is helping women own businesses make money through the heart of storytelling and digital marketing. How did that mission originate?
So I'm a writer and a poet at heart. I've been writing since I was 9, and I've been performing since although it seems kind of old,
Yeah,
since I was in my late 20s. I've
yeah.
been actually performing. That's when I, finally built up the courage to get on a stage. And so me becoming the digital growth bestie was just kind of like, it was easy for me because I know how to tell stories, and I
Mm-hmm.
love telling stories, and I love writing. And so once I started performing, I realized that I could really affect people and change their lives and like relate to them in a different kind of way. Because
Mm-hmm.
people will come up to me like in tears and like just wow. And I'm like, I'm just telling about what happened, last
Right.
week at the store. And
Yeah.
so it kind of came about that people started asking me, how do you do this? How do you do
Mm-hmm.
that? After I started
Mm-hmm.
making content. And so what I did was I just kind of like connected and meshed the two, me being online and telling stories, and then turned it into marketing to kind of like make it a
Mashallah.
package deal.
Let's move to kind of a little bit of a different question. What are
Mhm.
some of the most common mistakes you see women owned business making when they try to grow their digital presence?
Back to authenticity. They're
Mm,
trying to mock and copy. I think it's so easy when you're on social media and you see all these people that are like going viral or they have
yeah,
lots of attention, but
yeah.
everything looks like perfected and
Hmm.
unrealistic. And
Yeah.
it's like, I think oftentimes everyone is trying to mimic what they see online because that's what's
Hmm.
working. But that's what's working
Yes.
for them. That doesn't
Right.
mean it's going to work for you.
Bingo. Let's highlight that. That's what's working for them, not necessarily for you. Yes.
Yeah, and so and then you're following multiple people. So now you're trying to do what she's doing, what he's doing,
Hmm.
and what it doesn't work like that. Bring
Yeah.
yourself, literally, and that's what people will love about you. Everyone's
Yeah.
always trying to craft a story, but when you
Yeah.
just bring yours to the table, you
Hmm.
don't have to craft anything, it's already there.
Yeah.
You just
I
have to
agree with
perfect it.
that. Yes,
Yeah.
and because like I said, because I follow you, I saw you said something, and I was like, that's so interesting because that's a mistake I made. You said, don't just think posting every day is going to do something for you. I feel seen because I have literally had that as an objective. I'm just going to post every day. So I'm not even going to, I don't even want you to go into tips because I want them to follow you. I want them to buy your services so they can figure out why that's not a good idea. So anyway, we're going to move on. How do you balance authenticity, right, with professionalism? Because I have seen people too authentic.
Yes.
And that's also something that I'm like, okay, with professional in a growth mindset while building a brand online.
That's such a good question. So, how do you balance professionalism and authenticity? I think it's important. I mean, if you're an adult, then you know how to be professional, right? You know how to say the right things. You know how not to be rude or too aggressive, or, it's kind of like there are certain rules of engagement that you have to use to communicate with
Mhm,
people and to
mhm,
interact with people. So, you bring those and then you
mhm,
balance that with authenticity by, like I said, bringing yourself, being who
mhm.
you are, but don't go too far. Don't
Right.
go too raggedy. And honestly, if you say like raggedy,
Right.
but that's me. That's I could use a different word, but that's funny. You see
Yes,
how you
that
laughed?
is. I did immediately because I know raggedy. Yes.
Right. Some people are doing a little bit too much. You're telling a
Yes.
little bit too much. It's like you can use what you have, but also you don't want to bring about the wrong feelings. So it's like
Yes.
if I'm recording, and so for instance, if somebody just passed, right? And I'm recording content,
Mhm.
either you don't record because you're not feeling well,
Yeah.
or you record and you talk about what you're going through, but you be professional. You don't talk about the gory details. You leave that, by the wayside, and you
Yeah.
talk about the part that people can relate to.
Hmm.
So that's how you balance it. It's like there are some things that you leave out of the story, and then there's parts that you bring to the story so that people can understand that we're all human and we're all going through this. We're having this human experience, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I
I
think that
agree. And
answers
I
the
think
question.
it does. And I think that it depends on your platform as well. So I think that for me, I feel like Islam answers that question for me. So,
Mm,
like, if I feel as if I am not being true to my Muslim self, then I'm not
mm.
going to do that, right?
Okay,
I
yeah,
also think that if you're in a space with all women, that might be a different conversation than if
that's
you're in a
true.
mixed spaces. You know what I'm saying? So for
That's
me,
true.
I feel like, okay, allow your Islam to guide you. Like,
Definitely.
okay.
Definitely. Yeah. So I'm Muslim, so I show up Muslim everywhere.
Yes,
And so I'm
yes,
always thinking about things that I shouldn't do,
yes,
in the public space, because online we're in public, so everyone is
yeah,
seeing you. Also, like you said, the platform does matter. The environment matters, but the platform also matters because each platform has a different language and a different
exactly,
feel and a different tone too. So I
absolutely,
think kind of like learning those things based upon where you are
yeah,
also plays a part.
exactly. And if you have a question, just get Bibi to let you know. And that's simple. It's like, hey, I'm thinking about going live in my underwear. She was like, no, don't do
Probably
that
not.
because no, that's not it. Okay. Next. What digital marketing tools, platforms, or tactics do you believe are currently underutilized by women entrepreneurs and why? And we can talk about women, but if you feel like maybe women or in general, just kind of what do you feel like are underutilized today?
So I really don't want to answer this question. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because I have this love-hate relationship with AI,
Mm,
but I use it
yes.
and it's very helpful. And
Yeah.
so I believe that AI, and there's a lot of people like me that took a while to kind of like jump on it
Hmm.
because we feel like it's probably silencing or removing other people and jobs,
Yeah.
but there are ways to use it in an ethical manner. And there are
Hmm.
lots of ways to use it that it really, really helps you. It has helped my business a lot. It has helped
Yes.
me showing up a lot. So I'm a big chat GPT girly.
Same.
So
Yeah.
yes, and if you really, really know how to use it, like just tagging in or typing in a question is not really how to use it. So
Yeah.
if you really learn how to use it, I think that that's definitely underutilized. And
Hmm.
then I'm also one of those people that I like to keep it simple. So
Hmm.
there are always new applications and new tools coming out. I don't have to jump on them. I use
Yeah.
what I've been using. So InShot is one of them. InShot continues to get better. And I've been talking about InShot for the last 5 years. I use
Okay.
InShot all the time. It's very user friendly and I like simplicity. So
Okay.
that is one thing that I always tell people, just use InShot. Like you don't have to,
Just
you
do
can use
it.
edits and you can use CapCut and all that, but
Yeah.
InShot really works and it does all the other things that everything else does.
I love
So
it. Okay, give her a deal in shot because I didn't even know my in shot. Now I'm about to go look it up. Yes.
yeah, girl.
Yes, I am. So many entrepreneurs feel stuck on or in a plateau after initial momentum. And I felt that as well, because when you initially start, like, people are excited to just see you and there's a lot of momentum going. But after a while, you might feel stuck. So how do you help clients break through that glass ceiling?
Tell them to stop crying, being and complaining, and keep going.
Mm, mm.
And that
Put
is
the big girl pants on.
put your big girl pants on.
Big girl
It's
Abaya.
going to put on your big girl caftan, your big
Yes.
girl bati, whatever it
All of that.
is.
And show up.
And keep showing up, because there's times where people are not going to be rallying behind you. You're not going to have the support you want. You're not going to have the support that you need, but you have to keep going. It's kind of like, exercise. You
Yeah.
might not get the results right away, but you have to keep going in order to see the results. So
Yes.
it will happen if you continue. It's that simple.
That's
People think
simple.
there's
Just
like
keep going.
something code you have to crack. No, keep going. Even when it feels
Yes.
like nobody's watching you, nobody sees you. Keep going. It
Yes.
will happen. You will
I
grow.
love it. I love that. Just keep going. And that's so, it's easier said than done, of course,
It is.
but I think it's still a simple way to just, when you get in your head, just say that. And then sometimes it's going to look different. Like, just show up as you can when you can. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that looks
Exactly.
like at
Whatever
the
that looks like for
time.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll be here, sometimes it'll be over
Right.
there. So just show up. But I love that. And I think that's advice that everybody can use and take. So, because this is the Muslimah Business Podcast, we obviously have to talk about Islam and faith. So, how do you
Yes.
integrate your faith, values, and identity as a Muslimah into your digital growth work and business model?
So model, I don't know that I integrate it into my model, if I'll be
Okay.
honest with you. But what I do is I pray about every single thing, literally. Like when
Yes.
I tell you the smallest thing, I will pray about. And then also, I think me integrating it is really just me showing up as a Muslim.
Yeah.
And I talk about Islam. I talk about, my beliefs and things in my business, in my content.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we will shy away from that because we may think that, oh, non-Muslims may not want to work with us, or they may not see us as relatable. But I don't
Right.
shy away from being who I am and coming as a Muslim everywhere that I go. In
Yeah.
my content, I talk about God. I
Yeah.
may use God or I may use Allah.
Right.
Regardless, you see me in my hijab, and I'm not going to shy
Mm-hmm.
away from being that. So I think it's just a natural thing. It's not something that I have to do intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever my goals are, Allah is always a part of them. He's always at the forefront. And so I try to make sure that whatever I'm doing, he won't be displeased with it as well. So that's one of the
Absolutely.
ways. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. And I think that you're actually relatable to most women. I don't think that it's just for Muslim women. And I think that you engage most women. And I see on your platform that you have a lot of a variety of people. So I think that, and you show up as your Muslim self. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, she's Muslim, like you show up as your
Right.
Muslim self, but you still are able to engage and just kind of really be relatable to most women. Of course, Muslim women, obviously, but I think that I see on your platform other women being engaged and being able to relate to your content. So, for someone who is just starting out with a little budget and big ambition, which I think is most of us can relate to that, honestly. So, what would be your top 3 actions in the next 90 days? And 90 days is a good little time, you know what I
It
mean?
is.
So, what would be your top 3? Like, hey, you got to do these in the next 90 days.
Yeah, when I read this question, I was like, 90. Dang. Okay. They could they
That's
could
a
do it
long
in 30.
time.
Honestly,
They
you can
can
see
do it in
growth
a
in
week.
30.
No, I'm joking.
No, but honestly, I usually start people if it's not at the very, very beginning, which is the mindset. If we're
Okay.
not talking about that, the 3 things that I would say is like pick 3 to 5 content pillars, which is the things
Mhm.
that you talk about, depending on what your business is. What are those things, those main themes of your content or your business information? And then you're going to pick 2 to 3 content buckets. So
Okay.
how are you going to disseminate this information? Is it going to be
Mhm.
educational? Is it going to be
Yeah.
conversational? Is it
Mhm.
going to be tips and listicles? So, and
Yes.
then the last thing is do that for 90 days. So set a
Okay.
schedule for like whatever it is. So you don't have to post every single day. Is it two
Mhm.
to three times a week? Okay, if it's 3 times a week,
only post 3 times a week for the next 90 days. So
Okay.
those 3 to 5 content pillars, the 2 to 3 content buckets, and then you set your realistic schedule and do that for 90 days. You're going to see, you have to see growth if you do something
Had
for
to.
a certain time. You have to,
Yeah,
right?
the math has to math in that
The math
direction.
has to math.
Yes,
And it
I
will.
agree. It does.
It
Inshallah, it
will.
will.
It will,
Yes, I
inshallah.
love that.
Yeah.
And I hope somebody took out their notebook because those are really good tips. If you need to rewind it if you're watching it, but these are really good tips for 90 days. Just kind of like get it started. Okay, so our last question, and I want to just know a little bit more. So,
Yeah.
looking ahead, what's your vision for your brand over the next few years? And how do you hope to influence the space of women in digital entrepreneurship?
Oh, so I love this. And I feel like it's such a hard question to answer because my looking ahead, my vision is so large, but I
Mhm.
do want to become a household name for women of faith and
Yes.
women of color to
Mhm.
just bring themselves, their story authentically, and grow. Like I want to be the digital growth bestie. I want to be the one that lets you know that mean girls don't have to succeed. You can really be kind to everyone, nice to
Yes.
everyone, and grow exponentially.
Mashallah.
And you're so
I'm
funny.
loving
Like
it.
your ad libs.
I just love it because it's true.
Yeah, and that's really it. It doesn't have to look perfected. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be fake in order for people to see you, to understand you, and to work with you, and to trust you. And I and
Yes.
I've been doing that, so it's real.
Yes, and I attest she has been doing that, mashallah, and you have been showing up as your real self, and I think that that has been your key to success and key to just kind of unlocking like people. You know, I think it's a skill to just kind of know people and understand how to communicate with them. So I
Yeah,
absolutely love that.
thank
So
you.
now we are going to move into our quick fire segment. So just bop bop bop, and then
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah,
Okay. So we already talked. So, but narrow it down. What's one digital tool that you feel like you cannot live without?
in shot.
InShot. I feel like you just make me want to get this even more. Okay. Never. Second one. Instagram or YouTube for storytelling?
Instagram.
Instagram. I like.
Yeah.
I'm an Instagram girl too. Yes. Even though yes, Instagram. Early, early bird or night owl when creating content?
Early bird.
Early bird. Okay, so you say late nights not happening. Just I'm up
Mm,
early doing it. Okay.
yeah.
One word that describes your brand energy right now.
Momentum.
Momentum. Okay, I feel that. And what is your favorite surah and briefly why?
Yeah, Surah to Muzammil. So the reason why is because it's a surah that I used to read when I was younger, and
Mm-hmm.
I've always been told by my mother that it is a surah that you read for several purposes, but when you're facing difficulty, and
Mm-hmm.
also it is one of the surahs that talks about tahajjud. So I
Okay.
used to read it all the time as a child and
Yeah.
as a young adult. And then I had a son and I named him Muzammil. And so it kind of like,
Oh,
I know.
mashallah. I didn't even know that. So that was just a lovely nugget. Okay.
Yes, yes. So, and that wasn't his name at the like we chose a different name for him, but
Okay.
when he came out, he was wrapped. And so,
Yes.
Muzamil means one who is shrouded or one who is wrapped. It's one of the, the
Mm-hmm.
attributes of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So it
Mashallah.
just like came together and it's been my favorite surah for those two reasons for like I don't know if anything can top it.
Yes, I love it. Well, it has been awesome. I'm so glad that we were finally able to get together to chat. I pray, like you said, we do dua over here. We pray for each
Thank
other
you.
over here. I will be praying for much success, inshallah. And I hope that everybody follows you. We're going to put all of your links and handles so that people can follow you and ask you those questions because I know you have so much more knowledge that you would like to share. So we're going to leave it just short and sweet for them to come and follow up with you, inshallah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we make dua over here too. So I love the Muslimah Business Network. Like, let's go. We doing this together. Thank you.
I
I really appreciate
mean,
it.
no problem. All right. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.
Like, assalamu alaikum.